I'm Annie Omar, founder of the Maison Blanche Paint Company, and today I'm going to show you a technique called Embossed Lime Paint. This is an advanced level technique. We have a beginner level video on lime paint that you should watch before trying this. If you're someone who paints and sells furniture for a living, this technique is going to be one that you'll really love because it's going to take your furniture to the next level. We're going to use Maison Blanche Le Chaux French Lime Paint. We've already prepped our board using Confederate Gray Vintage Furniture Paint from Maison Blanche. This is a necessary step. You must prep your surface with a mineral primer or Maison Blanche Vintage Furniture Paint. The color that we're using of the French lime paint is Garçonnier. You want to make sure that your French lime paint is really well mixed. When you open it, you'll find some thick, sticky stuff down at the bottom and maybe liquid on top. Use a stir stick and really spend some time mixing it up. It's sort of the consistency of a thick paint. This product is actually a mixture between a paint and a plaster. I'm going to use this cool crocodile stencil. It's from Designer Stencils, and you can see that I've used it quite a bit. It's one of my favorites. I love their stencils because they have little handles. This is actually a stencil for a wedding cake. So they've got handles, and it's the perfect size for drawer fronts. I've sprayed a little bit of stencil adhesive on one side just to make it tacky. And I'm going to place it on my surface. The next thing I'm going to do is use a brush. And I'm going to dip into my lime paint. And I'm going to gently dab it onto my surface. I don't want to use a lot of pressure because then it'll get up under the stencil. This lime paint dries about 70% lighter, so it looks really dark now, but it's really going to lighten up a lot. I'm putting it on sort of thick, thicker than you would paint. Now I'm going to use a little piece of plastic. This is polystyrene, and you can use a credit card, a room key card, cut out a piece of plastic from a margarine tub, but this is polystyrene. It's flexible, and I'm going to hold it loosey-goosey with my two fingers at a very low angle. I'm gently going to spread it over my surface to make sure that my surface is nice and even now that I've got the paint on the stencil. Now I'm going to remove the stencil. We've got some bubbling. This is normal. If you've got a little bit of the paint that's kind of gone underneath your stencil, that's okay too. And you can see I didn't tape off my edges because you don't really have to, but some of the paint is dripping down the sides. That's okay. Okay, now I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to paint my edges. I'm going to use this like a paint. All right, now we're going to let this dry. Our piece is dry. You can see how much lighter this dried. Use a sanding block to just gently sand any imperfections or any bubbles that have dried on. Now I'm going to use a second color of our French lime paint. It's called coquille. It means seashell. Pretty color. Remember, it's going to dry 70% lighter. And I'm going to use it just like a paint, painting right on top of my surface. Now I'm going to take my plastic Weston card, and I'm just going to gently move it against the surface. I'm spreading the paint out and making it even, just on the top. Now when this paint is wet, it looks really shiny, and as it dries, it becomes more dull. So we need to sit and watch this for about 20 minutes. What we're looking for is for the shininess to go away, but the paint still needs to be damp. So shiny is gone, it's going to be damp for our next step. So I'm going to step aside and watch this for about 20 minutes. So our paint is almost dry. It's not shiny anymore, but it's not completely dry. It has to be still a little bit damp for this next step. I'm going to use a trash can liner. You can get these at Costco or Sam's. They're just plastic baggies. I'm going to open it up and crumple it up, get all the air out of it. And you're going to use this to buff your surface. And when you do, it's really going to shine it up. Here I go. All right, I've got it nice and shined up now. Can you see that? Our French lime paint does not need a top coat, so you can leave it just like this. It's also suitable for outdoor use. It looks really nice like that. It's shiny. There's no wax at all on here, but I want to show you another one that I used wax on just so you can see the difference. This one is the same exact process, except I finished it with our antique wax in light brown. So there's just a subtle difference there. It's all a matter of preference and a matter of how much work you want to put into it. I hope you love this lime embossing technique as much as I do. Thank you so much for viewing our how-to videos. Check out our other videos and let us know what you think. We would love it if you would share photos of your own project on our Maison Blanche Facebook page. I'm Omar, and I'll see you next time.